know who these people are, and you know that they have real lives and that they really take their music seriously, that they're artists. They're just not rappers out there trying to get some money.
Yeah.
That was the focus at first. That was the focus.
Okay. And how did this line of work interest you? Like, how did it come about?
I'm a talker. I like to talk. I like to know people's business. I'm very interested in people, different cultures, where they come from, what they do. And you know, I think as human beings, we all want people to know what our gift that we want to share with the world. And a lot of times it's through arts, it's through music, it's through painting, it's through, you know, rapping, it's through everything, through singing. So a lot of times, you know, I just wanted to get that person out there and, you know, show them.
Okay. How did you get started?
How did I get started? I lost a job that I really, really thought that I deserved to have. And I got it. And then when I got it, you know, they were like, you know, you're not a good fit. And I asked why, you know, and it was because I was very assertive. And they weren't looking for someone who was as assertive. You know, everybody else say, oh, Tyra, there you go, jumping on, you know, asking all these questions and stuff, you know. So I was like, you know what, I'm quite sure there's people out there who would appreciate me asking them questions and getting to know who they are and telling people about them and letting them know what's going on, you know. So that's how it started. I mean, I've always wanted to be the person to tell people about somebody, and that's how it all started.
Okay. So what is the organizational structure of the company?
The organizational structure, it started out as me and I had a team, and we were going to go around and, you know, do the loud thing and get everybody come on, this is loud. Kind of like you know, a big circle of people, and we all shout loud and let people know, hey, if you're having a party, if you're having a show, if it's you, Loud is the one to be telling, and she'll get it out, you know, because big mouth people are loud. So kind of like, you know, that metaphorical kind of like thing. Mm-hmm. So that's what the structure of it started, and then slowly it started, you know, it started to break down. It started to break down.
What are some of your community involvement? Okay,
so Loud, eventually, instead of me focusing on the artist, I realized that it took unity. Okay, so I realized, I was like, wow, you know, we're never gonna get on top, or we're never gonna have, you know, be able to even start an industry here if no one comes together and focus on Gainesville as one. You know, it's just never gonna happen. So I realized that aside from them being artists, that they were people. And that the people here in this area, you know, the mentality of the people wasn't unified. You know, so I was like, wow, you know, there's a lot of different components here, you know, that we need to get together first before we start talking about building a music industry. We're going to have to work on self and our community and our people and how we feel about each other as a whole. You know, so then that's when I started reaching out to the community, started turning Loud into Loud Conversations. I think you came to one before, you know, going into the community, talking to the community about social things, about us and our culture and what we need to do and how we feel about one another, to get us more, you know, to bring us together so we can talk about these things, so when we can realize, we're like, gosh, you know, in the end, we are one. And until we realize that, nothing's going to happen. Okay, nothing's going to happen until we realize that we are all one. Promoters, artists, community leaders, people who work, we're one. We're one community. So in order for us to grow, we're going to have to start, you know, respecting one another. Yeah. So then that's sort of community involvement. So, and then I do the Boys and Girls Club. I came together with Tyra of Go Hard, and we came together and we seen that there were some things in our community that needed to be cleaned up and spruced up and renovated. So me and Tyra, we started TNT, where we're coming together to build up the Southeast Boys and Girls Club. You were there, too. So thank you so much for helping us that day.
You're welcome.
So clean it up, and that's just not the first stop. we're going to be going to different centers and doing different things. So then my involvement in community became more involved. And so now Loud has turned into just Loud. There's the magazine part has been taken off. It's just Loud. I think this is the first time I ever announced this. So Loud magazine part has been taken off. It's just Loud. And Loud means, you know, in the community to have a voice. And so I just wanted to come in and just help people.
Yeah.
So that's the focus, is to help community and to bring community together.
Okay. Well, that pretty much answers my next one. What parts of your job is satisfying?
Which part of my job is satisfying? When I see people actually come together to do something.
Yeah.
Okay? The most satisfying part of my job is people. I love people. I love helping people. I love seeing the results that you get when you help people. You know, it's not always about me all the time. You know, it's about someone else. It's not always about, you know, we all want money. You know, let me get that out there. We all need money. We all need to live. We all need to eat. I get that. But a lot of times, you know, some things are not just about the money.
Right.
Okay? And you get just more gratification from those things. And you start to realize, you know, hey, you know, it doesn't cost money to unify.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost money for us to get together and do whatever it is that we need to do. And, you know, once we realize that, then we'll be able to make money.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, and what parts of your job do you find most challenging?
Bringing everybody together. There's one challenge, and that's like bringing everybody together, because I realize, you know, I'm originally, you know, I'm not from here. You know, I'm from up north. But for me, living here for so long, I have noticed that, you know, people in Gainesville, they like being separated. They like their little, I got my clique over here and your clique is over there, and they like being separated. So when you talk about, you know, everybody coming together, it's like, hold up, coming together and do what? If I come together, what you gonna do? And what you gonna do? And what you gonna get? And what I'm gonna get? You know, there's always has to be some type of secret to something, and there's no secret. You know, it's out there in the open. We need to come together. And until we come together and help one another hand in hand, you do this, so I'll do this, and then we can get this together. Until we do that, there's always going to be situations, there's always going to be barriers, there's always going to be roadblocks, there's always going to be something in our way that's going to remind us that we do need to unify.
Right. So I noticed you mentioned everybody want their own clique and think everything is a secret thing. But what kinds of problems do you deal with besides that in the industry? That
who you with this time, and what you doing this time, and you don't support the artists, and the artists don't support the community, and they do this and they do that. And a lot of times I sit back and I just listen. You know, I learn from mistakes and flaws. You know. I've made plenty of mistakes, and I have flaws, you know. I've noticed not to say too much, you know, just listen, and to realize that we are in this together. It's just not a me and I'm sitting back looking at everybody else. No, I'm looking at us as a whole. This is what we do. This is what we do, you know, and it's to the point now where we have some great artists. We have great community leaders. We have great people who can go out here and bring unity. But nobody does it. It's like everybody is scared. I mean, even I was scared for a little bit. You know, I was like, okay, well, if I do this, who wants it? You know what I'm saying? But I've learned that sometimes you just have to just put your neck out there, because it's going to be somebody that's not going to like it. But there's also going to be somebody that's going to love it.
Right. And that's what we was talking about the other day. Okay, and what are the most important characteristics for success in this career that you have?
I don't know, because I haven't had success yet. But I'm working on it. I think one of the most important things to have the success is just you have to be focused, you know, and you have to stay on your grind, you know, no matter what happens. And you have to give back.
Right.
That is the most important part to success, people. I'm going to tell you right now, is giving back. Because once you acquire things, you know, and when you start to give back, then that's when you start feeling the gratification of what you have done.
Mm-hmm.
When you are able to give something back that was given to you.
Right. What kind of skills are most required for this field?
Well, you have to like people. Okay.
So, people person.
You have to be a people person. You have to know how to talk. You have to know what to say and what not to say. You have to know how to do public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know how to look at people. You got to know how to just communicate with people.
Yeah.
You have to know how to, vibe with people. A lot of people ask me all the time. They're like, Tyra, because I'm older. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm older. Okay? So people like to say, how come, Tyra, you able to go out there and do these things, with people who are much younger than you? Because I put myself in that person's shoes. So if I'm sitting here and I'm talking to a 20-year-old, then at that time I'm a 20-year-old. Right. I'm going to vibe to them like I'm a 20-year-old. I mean, I'm not going to go, too dramatic with it, but I'm 20 and I'm talking to you and we vibing. So, I want that person that I'm interviewing or that I'm having a conversation with, that we can feel that there's a connection, so I can get as much truth out of that person as I can and give it to the world so that people can see their truth.
Right. Mm-hmm. What are your likes and dislikes about working in this industry?
Oh, my dislikes is that there's no unity.
Yeah.
There's no unity. It's just trying to get unity. Another one is that nobody understands that everybody says, oh, yeah, there's no unity, oh, yeah, but when it's time to get together, then nobody wants to get together. There's a lot of procrastination. Yeah. There's a lot of finger pointing. There's a lot of non-supportive. We should support everybody that's trying to do something. Right. Everybody. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're walking around a community and you're picking up trash off the ground in every community. We should support that. Right. We should encourage our communities and their businesses and their endeavors that they do. We should make sure that they flourish because everybody is trying to have a happy life.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, this last question is pretty much how does this line of work differ from others that are trying to do the same?
Because it's different. It's out the box. I'm not trying to be an artist, or I'm not. Yeah. I'm not selling things. I don't have a restaurant. I don't have food. So it's different. You just want to you're really getting to know the person, and you really want to just know. How do they take their gift and just spread it all over the community? And, it's because you have to be a people person. If you're not a people person, you cannot be interested in doing community and speaking at boards. And, I do those things. I speak at boards and, I speak to audiences, And so in order for you to have to do that, you really have to be a people person. In order for you to sell something, you have to be a people person, but you take the money. Hello, how are you? Right. In my line of work, you have to keep that vibe going all the time. You have to make people feel comfortable with you all the time. Right. And that's the key. That's the key.
Right. Is there any way people can contact you if they want to help with decide that they want to come together?
Exactly. So I'm going to be doing a lot of things this summer. Me and a couple of colleagues of mine, different organizations, Go Hard, Behind the Eight Ball, Big Amp, Angelica, ATF, Kodak, and all this. We're all getting together on June 18th, and it's called Respect My Vote. And what we're doing is we're trying to get the community to come out. Well, we are going to get the community to come out to Cone Park on June 18th from 11 to 3 to get our community to come together to vote. We're going to be sponsoring GEDs for people to get them to come. We're going to get the people who are running for office, the candidates who are running for office, they're going to be out there to the park. We're going to have food, free food. We're going to have bouncy houses in the community so we can get out and vote. So there's going to be more things like that coming up, all the way up until election time. Right. Another thing that I'm working on is enough violence is enough. Because the black on black crime here in our community, so we're going to be having a rally for that also. So if anybody wants to get with me and we want to come together and help community and do community things and get the word out and bring people together, you can reach me at loud LOUDD conversations@gmail.com, and I will get back.
All right, thank you, and that'll be it.
Thank you.
Yay.